Right now at 6, kids need a space to express their creativity.
I like being able to have like this sort of power to make these beautiful sounds with my instrument.
Budget cuts are threatening to take that creativity away from students at one metro high school.
We have all these plans for him to be in marching band and his music future, and just devastated to find out that that might not be a possibility for him.
Art is helping Boulder heal.
This is my neighborhood. This was important for me to contribute to my community.
As we approach 1 year since the Boulder King Super shooting, an artist's work is uplifting the community.
When people see it, they feel welcomed.
Plus, we still have a Denver 7 Weather Action Day in effect. The snow has stopped, but more winter weather is in the forecast. Thank you for joining us tonight for Denver 7 News at 6. I'm Jessica Porter.
Good evening. I'm Ann Trujillo. Music has a way of bringing community together. For kids at Pomona High School in Arvada, their band and choir classes have been released from the stresses of the pandemic.
But those classes are now at risk of being cut from the curriculum. Denver 7's Micah Smith spoke to those directly impacted.
Pomona High School music student Ronan Rhodes had a lot of plans for his future that involved playing his flute.
I like being able to have like this sort of power to make these beautiful sounds with my instrument.
But after learning the Jefferson County School District will cut several music classes next year, Ronan says his musical career is uncertain. Ronan's mom, Sarah Ewing,
It was incredibly devastating.
says they received a letter from the school principal saying low music class enrollment led to the decision.
The frustrating part is that the instrumental music numbers are increasing, and now they're allowing a handful of instrumental music classes, but it's being taught by the choir teacher.
Pomona High School sent us a statement which reads in part, based on Pomona High School's student selections, a full-time instrumental and vocal teacher was not warranted for the 2022-2023 school year. Students who signed up for instrumental and vocal music courses will have the opportunity to take these courses from excellent music teachers who are shared among multiple school campuses. Lisa Gedgodis is in charge of Denver's Music Advancement Fund.
Here we gave, again, 49 grants out. And I would say 20 of those were dedicated to youth, K through 12 in some capacity.
A financial resource that helps many schools facing arts program budget cuts.
This shouldn't be something that's just an elective, and we need more funding in it.
There's a lot of students that are leaving. They're going to other high schools that are keeping their music program because they're making a career out of music.
But Sarah says her family and many others don't have that option. So she's hoping Pomona school leaders reconsider and come up with a more equitable solution. Reporting in Jefferson County, Micah Smith.
And Pomona High School isn't the only one in Jeffco at risk of losing its arts programs. Evergreen High School is also seeing cuts to its arts program. Their choral music director position is being cut to part-time. And next Tuesday, students at Pomona High School are planning a walkout against these budget cuts.
Some metro area schools are actually putting a greater emphasis on arts programs. Starting in the fall, Aurora Central High School will become the district's first visual and performing arts magnet school. Students will learn core subjects while also being exposed to theater, music, and dance, along with visual and digital arts.
So this school is designed for those students who have a passion for drawing, a passion for singing, a passion for dance, and are able to learn through that creative lens.
And even though it's becoming an arts magnet, Aurora Central will still have other activities like sports.
Tomorrow, Douglas County School Board will choose its next superintendent. The board interviewed finalists Aaron Kane and Danny Windsor during a public meeting earlier this month. Kane is the executive director of schools for American Academy. Windsor is executive director of schools for the Parker region of the school district. Now, Kane seems to be the favorite among the conservative majority board members. The board decided to fire former Superintendent Corey Wise last month, saying he did not align with their vision.
The unlicensed security guard who killed a man outside competing Denver rallies is now officially free. Matthew Doloff is seen here on the right, getting slapped by Lee Keltner back in October 2020. The Denver District Attorney's Office says that aggression legally justified Doloff's shooting and killing Keltner. The DA dropped all charges against Doloff today. Doloff was working as a security guard for 9 News, covering the protests. Keltner's family plans to pursue a civil lawsuit against Doloff, the security company that contracted him, the city and county of Denver, as well as 9 News.
Colorado Democrats are trying to make sure our elections are secure from people like Tina Peters. And Peters has a problem with that. Today, the Mesa County clerk held a press conference at the state capitol in opposition of Senate Bill 153. It would strengthen existing security laws as well as add new ones. The bill would make it a felony to access voting equipment without proper authorization. It was created in response to alleged security compromises brought on by Peters' office in Mesa County. Now, we tried to ask Peters questions during today's press conference, but she refused. Senate Bill 153 will be discussed on the Senate floor tomorrow.
The State House unanimously passed bipartisan legislation today that would give protections to sex workers who report a crime against them. House Bill 1288 would allow sex workers to report abuse without fear of getting charged with prostitution or soliciting themselves. The bill now heads to the state Senate for consideration.
And Coloradans have been through this pain more times than anyone should. Tomorrow marks 1 year since 10 lives were lost in the Boulder King Super shooting. The Table Mesa store where that shooting took place just reopened last month, and inside the store you will find a massive painting created by a Boulder artist. Denver 7's Ivan Rodriguez spoke with the artist, who says this artwork has helped her confront her own grief from that painful day.
Every work of art creates a sense of meaning and purpose for its creator.
Instead of painting the trees, I'm leaving negative and positive spaces.
For Lael Har, one of her latest pieces came with a great deal of responsibility, painting an enormous canvas that would sit at the front of the Table Mesa King Supers.
This is my neighborhood. This was important for me to contribute to my community, to the healing process, and an opportunity that I had to work through my grief and bring healing through that process and hopefully gift my community with that.
Har was out of town when the shooting took place, but still felt a shock.
My kids walk to this store, that we shop there all the time, weekly, and that it could have been us.
In just 3 months, Har created this canvas in her Boulder studio.
I had to divide it into 4 so I could get it out the front door. So it's from that corner till about here. You know, I had to use a ladder to reach the very top to paint the mountains and the clouds.
Although it sits inside a location with a painful history, its nod to nature brings the warmth and the joy of the outdoors inside.
I've gotten a lot of feedback, a lot of gratitude that this is heart-opening. That coming to the store and seeing this is, again, uplifting for people. The art has the power for healing, I think, and bringing beauty and bringing soothing, and when people see it, they feel welcomed.
What was one of her most challenging creations will now catch the eyes of thousands who enter for years to come.
For me, once I finish a painting and it's hanging and it's appreciated, it's no longer my painting, it's now appreciated and part of the community. So it's hopefully continues to gift the community for what it's meant.
Ivan Rodriguez, Denver 7.
Now, that is beautiful. And today, President Biden signed a bill to rename Boulder Post Office in honor of Officer Eric Talley. Officer Talley's patrol car remains on display as a memorial outside the Boulder Police Department. He was killed, as you know, while being one of the first officers to respond to that shooting. The post office is located on 15th Street near the Pearl Street Mall. And all King Soopers locations will have a moment of silence at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. And Denver 7 will have team coverage of all the events, both on air and on our streaming platforms.
A Lafayette family is on a frantic search for their missing pit bull, and they fear he may have been stolen as part of a dogfighting ring. This miniature pit bull's name is Kobe. He's been missing for about a week and a half now, and his owners say he has gotten out in the past, but has usually been found within a couple of hours. Kobe's owner has worked with the nonprofit Justice Takes Flight to find him. The organization uses professional scent bloodhounds to find missing dogs. Kobe's owner says that the bloodhounds tracked his scent from their yard right to main public roads.
We really don't know why they would want to steal him. He is an expensive kind of dog, like a pit bull miniature. And our main concern is that they might have stole him to fight him.
hopefully Kobe finds his way home. Here's another look at him. If you happen to see this dog, his owners say don't chase after him. He's friendly and outgoing and will likely come right up to you. You can call 720-415-7502 with any information.
A cold morning with windy conditions and chilly temperatures for tomorrow, but then a nice warm up on the way to end the week. I'll have your full forecast still to come.
Marshall fire victims may have lost their houses.
When you and I met, we were at our first house, and today this will be 52 when we complete today.
A local nonprofit is making sure they hold on to their homes.
Every time, I feel like it gets better and better.